Hello, everyone. I'm CC Movie. For twins Liv and Marty, their 16th birthday is a deeply meaningful milestone in their youth. They've celebrated their birthdays together since childhood, yet their personalities and tastes couldn't be more different. Liv, who has made a name for herself in Hollywood, is already accustomed to the glitz and glamour of the stage and lavish, sophisticated parties. In her view, turning 16 is a pivotal moment in a girl's transformation, one that absolutely cannot be taken lightly. Only a grand, lively celebration is worthy of such a milestone. Her heart is filled with anticipation for a dream party, and she never once considers her sister's feelings, lost in her own beautiful fantasy. Maddie, on the other hand, was completely different. She had always quietly shared a birthday with her sister, occasionally feeling a pang of regret that she had never had a birthday that was entirely her own and tailored to her own wishes. When she learned that her sister Liv had unilaterally decided the theme of the entire party, completely ignoring her preferences, a wave of hurt and resentment instantly welled up inside her. Watching their precious daughters quarrel, Mom and Dad felt both heartbroken and helpless, unwilling to let their daughters' 16th birthdays end in regret. After much deliberation, they came up with a heartwarming solution that pleased everyone. They simply divided the house in two. One half was meticulously transformed into the glamorous, star-studded style Liv had always dreamed of, complete with exquisite lighting. The other half was decorated in the rustic Western style that Maddie had always loved, complete with hay bales and a barbecue grill to create the perfect atmosphere. Seeing the two completely different setups, a quiet shift took place in both sisters' hearts. As Liv looked at the simple scene her sister had longed for and saw the look of disappointment on Maddie's face, the stubbornness in her own heart slowly began to soften. She suddenly realized that she had always been too self-centered, focused only on her own preferences, and had never considered the small regrets her sister had carried for so many years. Meanwhile, as Maddie looked at the lavish decorations her sister had prepared with such care, she understood her sister's intentions. Liv wasn't being domineering on purpose. She was simply taking their 16th birthday seriously in the way she cherished most. The conflict dissolved completely, replaced by warm understanding and acceptance. Later, when Maddie heard the heartwarming stories of their birth from their parents, her heart opened up. She suddenly understood that having a twin sister, bound by blood, the same age, and walking side by side, with whom to share birthdays year after year was never a regret, but a unique blessing that others could only envy. As the warm and unique birthday celebration came to a close, the lively atmosphere of winter and Christmas immediately swept through the entire town. The annual town Christmas gala arrived as scheduled. Thanks to her striking appearance and outstanding stage presence, Liv was invited to host the event and was also asked to perform a Christmas duet with a 9-year-old girl. Liv was overjoyed to receive the invitation, her heart filled with warmth and anticipation. To her, spreading warmth on the Christmas stage in her hometown was a particularly meaningful endeavor. But once rehearsals began, Liv found herself in a difficult predicament. The little girl she was sharing the stage with was utterly obsessed with the spotlight, displaying an intense desire to perform and a strong sense of entitlement. She deliberately stole the spotlight and the lead vocal parts throughout the entire rehearsal, refusing to cooperate at all. Liv was torn. On one hand, she understood the purity and passion of a child's dream of performing and couldn't bear to harshly criticize or dampen the girl's enthusiasm. On the other hand, witnessing the chaotic rehearsal and seeing her own rhythm disrupted time and again, she couldn't help but feel frustrated and disappointed. Fearing the actual performance would spiral out of control, she could only remain patient and accommodating while doing her best to cooperate, her inner conflict constantly tugging between understanding and helplessness. Meanwhile, the rest of the family was busy with their own Christmas preparations. Dad Pete and Marty volunteered to take on the task of decorating the giant Christmas tree in the town center. At first, Marty was full of enthusiasm and energy. She had already envisioned a simple, fresh, sporty-style decoration scheme in her mind and was eagerly looking forward to creating a one-of-a-kind Christmas tree with her own hands. But the preparation process was plagued by one unexpected setback after another: a shortage of decorations, broken parts, and misplaced ornaments. These constant surprises gradually wore down her patience, leaving her increasingly frustrated and exhausted. But watching her dad earnestly helping her, she gradually calmed her restless heart. She stopped obsessing over a perfect look, settled down, and worked together with her dad to slowly make adjustments. Through this heartwarming father-daughter interaction, she gradually began to enjoy the therapeutic process of decorating the Christmas tree, realizing that the true meaning of the holiday is never about flawlessness, but rather the warmth of togetherness. Meanwhile, Joey's mind was filled with schemes to make some winter cash. With Christmas approaching, he planned to dress up as Santa and set up a stall selling small gifts, hoping to earn enough pocket money through his own efforts to buy the Christmas presents he'd been eyeing. He carefully mapped out his earnings plan, filled with anticipation of a bountiful haul and brimming with confidence in his little business. But the mischievous Parker saw right through his older brother's plan. With a mischievous idea in mind, he disguised himself as a cute little elf and, teaming up with a fake Santa Claus, tricked Joey. The innocent Joey was completely unprepared and was easily swindled out of all his startup money by his younger brother. By the time he realized what had happened, it was already too late. Joey was both angry and frustrated, his hopes completely dashed. Meanwhile, the triumphant Parker gloated inwardly, quietly plotting to use the swindled money to buy the expensive toy he'd been longing for, one that no one had ever given him. His mischievous and cunning demeanor perfectly captured the essence of childhood. The big night of the Christmas show finally arrived. Just as the performance reached its climax, the town was suddenly hit by a power outage, and the entire venue was plunged into darkness in an instant. The unexpected turn of events caught everyone off guard, but it was precisely this darkness that dissolved all the conflicts and barriers between Liv and the little girl. Without the glaring spotlights, free from the constraints of cameras and rankings, the clamor and competition on stage vanished completely. In the darkness, the two set aside all personal agendas and competitive spirit, shedding all reserve and barriers, and sang in perfect harmony. Their gentle voices echoed through the silent auditorium, pure and healing. In that moment, Liv fully understood the little girl's inner longing. What she had been fighting for was never the stage itself, but simply the small hope of being noticed and acknowledged. The little girl, too, let go of her fixation and immersed herself in the warmth of the Christmas carol. As the song ended, the warmth and healing it brought made this unexpected power outage the most moving and unforgettable moment of the entire gala. These two brief, consecutive, everyday incidents, seemingly just trivial conflicts and minor mishaps, actually conceal the most genuine growth and warmth. From the birthday party, where they held firm to their own views yet learned to tolerate one another, to the Christmas stage, where they let go of their fixation and reached mutual understanding, the family gradually grew through their arguments, adjustments, and time spent together.